Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, May 22nd, the 28th day of Iyar, Chag Sameach, Yom Yerushalayim Sameach. It is the 43rd day of the Omer. And it is also a holiday weekend here in our country, though one would never know it. So for number 43, we're going to go with a very all-American type of sport, activity. Number 43, Richard Petty of NASCAR. I know there's a lot of NASCAR fans out there. All three of you, I hope you enjoyed that. So it's a enjoyable Memorial Day weekend, holiday weekend coming up. I just want to note that this week the yard sites are going to be observed in Shul. Nachum Yitzchak ben Chanan Halevi, Chaya bas Avraham, Moshe Zev ben Shaul. The neshama should have an aliyah. Please continue to daven for Refuah Shalema, for Mordechai ben Elka, Rabbi Fol Zev ben Rickel, Gittel Basara, and Noah Alispat, Lilach Esther, L'Refuah Shalema. We've also will include the names in the email so you can have them written down for you as you daven for them, do mitzvos, learn Torah for them, etc. Please remember that Rosh Chodesh is on Sunday, which means that next week is Shavuos. And since this is our 11th Shabbos, 11 weeks that we have not been in Shul, for 11 Shabboses, Shabbatot, I don't think that we will be in Shul for Shavuos either, as upsetting as that is. So I am sending out a luach of sorts, a guide for how we should carry ourselves on Shavuos. And as we did before Pesach, we will have a Zoom for Yizkor on next Thursday, Erev Yontif, Thursday afternoon. We'll send out the information, but we'll have a Zoom Yizkor so that at least we could say Yizkor together as we go into Yontif. I have a special dedication of our Devar Torah today. I want to thank Shari Beth and Jeff Suskin, President Jeff Suskin, who are celebrating and honoring Noah Suskin, graduating from the University of Maryland. Now, those of you may remember Noah. Yes, this is first day of the twos in the year 2000. And look at this. Oh, look at that handsome man. Oh, he's got the hand signals. I mean, he doesn't mess around, Noah. And I remember Noah when you graduated Golda Ak, and now you're in Maryland, and now you're graduating Maryland. Mazel tov to you. We're really, really proud. And I just realized that we have something special here. What I have here, yes, this is this. We're going to do the Maryland Majenka, right? The Maryland Majinka, right? So we have to, like, this is the third and final child to leave University of Maryland to graduate. So congratulations, Shari Beth and Jeff, as we sweep him out of college, out of Maryland. No more Chesapeake rest stop. No more trips down to Baltimore. But you'll always be a Terrapin for life. Mazel tov to you. And I wanted to dedicate today's Dvar Torah in your honor, and as we get ready for Shabbos. But something about Yom Yerushalayim, and something about Parshat Bamidbar, and something about Shavuos, and something about our situation. I heard a great insight from my good friend Rabbi Shmuel Ismach, is the rabbi of Young Israel of Great Neck, a good friend, and he quotes a question from Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky. Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky, who wrote a sefer on Chumash called Emes Liakov. And in the beginning of this week's Parsha, when we have the discussion of the formations of the Jewish people in the desert and how they would arrange by tribe and in which side of the camp, and they had the flags representing each tribe. Degel Machane Reuven, Degel Machane Yehuda, etc., etc., etc. And Rabbi Yaakov asks, he says, when they left Egypt, if they were making military formations or tribal formations, did they not have that when they left Egypt? A year ago, more than a year ago. So why only now are they instructed to present their flags and go as such? Why not already when they left Egypt? And Yaakov Kamenetsky says, he says that the truth is that the notion of the degalim, of the flags, shows the difference or the different character of each tribe. All Jews are different. All Jews have different qualities, we have different capabilities, we have different strengths, we have different weaknesses. And each flag represented the uniqueness of that tribe, certainly vis-a-vis the other. So when we have all these different tribes together, they had to be centered around one thing. What was in the center of the camp? The center of the camp was the Mishkan, was the holy Shekhinah, the divine presence, the Torah as it were. So before you could present all their differences, first you had to have a unifying force. the unifying force, the unifying factor, of course, is the Torah. And the Torah is what kept all those differences and those different flags together. Once we have the Torah, now we can present the flags. I was thinking of this in terms of Yom Yerushalayim, because for Yom Yerushalayim also, Israel is very, very complicated. Israel, we have many, many different types of people, many, many different types of Jews, and even more opinions. But the unifying factor of Israel is Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim ir shechubra layachdav. Yerushalayim, a city, Jerusalem, a city that binds. And even though we may enjoy the beaches of Tel Aviv and the beauty of the north and the building that's taking place in the south, there's still nothing like Yerushalayim. There's nothing like a Shabbos spent in Yerushalayim. There's nothing like connecting with your spiritual essence when you go to Jerusalem, because that's the unifying factor for all of Israel and for all of the Jewish people. And as we head into the holiday of Shavuot, Shavuos also, even though we're all different and we observe things in different ways, but we're celebrating the giving of the Torah which is the unifying factor of everything that we are, everything that we do, and every direction that we go. And this year, as sad as it is, and looking at the footage in Jerusalem today of a muted celebration, it doesn't take away the fact that even though people can't be together, they're unified together by Jerusalem. And I think that applies for us as well. That even though we can't physically be together, we can't be together for Yom Yerushalayim, we can't be together for Shabbos, we can't be together for Rosh Chodesh, we can't be together for Shloshos Yemei Hagbala, and we can't even be together for Shavuos. But that will not take away the fact that the unifying factor, the center of our community, the center of our world, is our shul, which is unified by the Torah and by our tradition. I look forward to a time when we can all be back physically together, however that may look. We don't know. And whatever it is, we're going to make it work. We're going to follow the rules, and we're going to do what's best for our community. But until then, just know that on this day of the reunification of Jerusalem, the unification of the Jewish people, the flags in the camp of the Jewish people, all centered on one thing, whether it's centered on the Torah, centered on the Mishkan, centered on the divine presence, we are all centered on something. So to our guest of honor today, Noah, wherever life takes you, wherever you end up, I know how you were raised, and I know that especially Mama Sas is very, very proud of you. And whatever it is that you do, I know that the education that you've been given both in your institutions and also at home and here at Eitz Chaim is that you know exactly the diversity that we have in life, but you also know where everything is centered. You know where everything comes from. And a lot of it comes directly here from 1 Lafayette Drive here at Eitz Chaim. Your family has given so much to our shul, to our community, and they lead by example. And they understand the center that drives us. So Noah, we wish you much, much hatzlacha. We're very, very proud of you. And we look forward to the great things you're going to accomplish in life. And we always know that wherever you go, you'll always come back to the center, which is here, Eitz Chaim, which is Torah, which is tradition, and which is that unifies us for so many years. So I wish you Mazel Tov, wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom, Chag Yom Yerushalayim Sameach, Chodesh Tov, and God willing, we'll celebrate Shavuos next week together in one form or another. Good Shabbos.